Live from the Ball State News Center, this is NewsLink Indiana in high definition.
Good evening and welcome to NewsLink Indiana. I'm David Kahn.
And I'm Liam Shelton. Thank you for joining us. Muncie residents are getting a chance to make their voices heard after learning about the Muncie Community Schools debt reduction plan Tuesday night. The school board called an emergency public hearing.
NewsLink Indiana's Tony Sanlaban is live at the meeting now with more on how the public is responding to the plan.
Good evening, everyone. Tony Sanlaban here. We are standing.
Good evening, everyone. Tony Sanlaban.
The Southside Middle School auditorium, where public comment has just begun about an hour into the meeting. Up until this point, it was Superintendent Ball taking questions from the school board about the debt reduction plan itself. But one thing he did point out was expansion of programming. Two programs in particular, STEM and STEAM. STEM being science, technology, engineering, and math, and STEAM being science, technology, engineering, arts, and math. Both of those are programs teachers can teach students in elementary schools if they are properly certified, something Ball State has been working on with their elementary education students. Stephen Ball did say Ball State could help MCS to that end.
I actually talked to their interim president and Dr. King today about the fact that he's more than willing, as we look at that, to potentially get the sponsored programs people at Ball State, so they're grant writers, to help us find some grant money to try to get that program up and board.
Keep in mind, the conference committee at the State House for Senate Bill 567, which would allow for a state takeover of MCS, has been assigned, but as of now, no meeting has been scheduled. That will be sometime this week. Live in Muncie, Tony Sanlaban, NewsLink Indiana.
Thank you, Tony. The board will be voting on the debt reduction plan tonight at 7:15. NewsLink Indiana will continue to update you on this story as it develops. Youth Worker Cafe hosted a workshop today at the Susanna Gresham Center to talk about warning signs for possible child abuse or child neglect. NewsLink Indiana's Anne-Marie Toller has more on the story.
Indiana Youth Institute teamed up with Delaware County community partners to host a workshop to educate adults on the signs of child abuse and child neglect. Deputy Prosecutor with the Delaware County Prosecutor's Office, Judy Calhoun, led the workshop. Calhoun spoke about what she believes has caused an increase in child abuse and child neglect cases in Delaware County.
Report, and so the more we teach these kids and adults to report, the more cases we come in.
The state of Indiana has 17 cases of child abuse or child neglect for every 1,000 Hoosier children. In Delaware County, the rate is higher with 19 cases per 1,000 children. Blackford County leads the state with 34 cases per 1,000 children. Since January 1st, 2017, there have been 16 cases reported of child abuse or child neglect in Delaware County. Calhoun explains why that number is so high.
So I think it just happened to be in this 4 months, there appeared to be a lot of cases. Most of these cases are actually delayed reporting cases. So it didn't just happen in the month of January to April. It happened many years before, and people have now come out. It just may be coincidence just in the last 4 years. But in general, child molest has always happened. There's no question. It's not just a new fad. It's just a matter of getting the word out and making sure people know that they should report, that they're able to disclose to us. And these kids, either they may hear it at school, they may hear it from a friend, they may have just finally realized, I need to tell someone about this. And so coincidentally, these all just kind of came in the last 4 months. But in general, we see cases rising all the time.
In Muncie, I'm Anne-Marie Toller, NewsLink Indiana.
If you or anyone you know suspects child abuse or child neglect, contact the Child Abuse Hotline to make a report.
The daughter of the United Airlines passenger who was taken off a flight Sunday said the video shot made her family's emotions worse about the incident. Two attorneys representing Dr. David Dow joined his daughter, Crystal Pepper, at a press conference Thursday, according to attorney Thomas Demetrio. Dow suffered a concussion, a broken nose, and lost 2 front teeth when Chicago Aviation Police used force to remove him from the flight.
He said that being dragged down the aisle was more horrifying and harrowing than what he experienced in leaving Vietnam. This lawsuit, among other things, hopefully, will create a not just national discussion, but international discussion.
And while the family does plan to file a lawsuit against the airline, they have accepted the airline's apology. Judge Sheila Abdus Salam, the first black woman to serve on New York's highest court, was found dead Wednesday afternoon in the Hudson River. According to law enforcement sources, the judge was last heard from around 9 a.m. Tuesday. Police responded to a 911 call Wednesday around 1:45 p.m., where they found a woman, later to be identified as Abdus Salam, floating in the Hudson, fully clothed in running attire.
There's no apparent injuries to her body. It appears to be non-criminal at this point. There's an autopsy that's proceeding right now as we speak, so we'll know more. All of her property has been recovered from her residence, as well as her car. So right now, detectives are fanning out in the neighborhood to see if they have any video of the judge leaving her apartment. That's where we are right now.
Democratic Governor Andrew Cuomo, who appointed Abdus Salam to the state's highest court of appeals in 2013, called her a trailblazing jurist.
An Arkansas judge will not stay the execution of one of the first inmates facing lethal injection under the state's plan to put 7 men to death by the end of the month. Jefferson County Circuit Judge Jody Raines Dennis denied the request today to stop the execution of one of these men. Arkansas scheduled the executions to occur before the state's supply of a lethal injection drug expires at the end of April.
All lanes of I-69 in Delaware County are open again after a tanker truck flipped earlier this morning. Indiana State Police closed the interstate at mile marker 238 until crews could set the tanker back up and tow it away. The tanker was carrying as much as 8,000 gallons of E85 fuel. Police say the driver lost control of the truck after it drifted off the right side of the road. He overcorrected to the left and the tanker rolled into the median. There were no injuries. So the weather's been pretty all right for me lately. What do you think?
Yeah, I agree with you, Liam. David, what more can you tell us?
Hey, thanks, Liam. Off the southeast, we might see some rain showers later this evening as we take a closer look here in Muncie. Some rain showers in the northern part of Delaware County, but we will be going back to weather here later.
As new details emerge, the Trump administration is faced with new evidence that may have cost its allies.
And the United States military has made history today. Find out how when we return.
Oh! Checking your fantasy league?
Nah, just my 401k statement.
Nice. Where'd you find the money for that?
I just been saving a little every month.
I can't seem to save anything.
Well, what about all this? What about the money you're spending?
What money? It's gone before I can get my hands on it.
I got a pizza for a Todd.
Hey, can somebody spot me?
When it comes to financial stability, don't get left behind.
It's 547.
Get tools and tips for saving at feedthepig.org.
So I've come up with a family emergency plan.
Great. What is it?
It's difficult to talk about, so I'm not telling you.
How will we know what to do?
You won't.
I'm so glad I won't have to remember anything.
And me too. Thanks for this, sweetie.
Talk to your kids about who to call, where to meet, what to pack. Visit ready.gov/kids for tips and information.
So, I just moved in with this family, and it's embarrassing. The little one, he likes to go outside and crawl around in the giant litter box. I don't know what he's doing. I mean, I was born and I knew how to use the litter box. Look at that! That's disgusting! Oh, poop already! You're making me nervous. Oh, okay, I can't look at this anymore. I really hope he grows out of this, for his sake.
Welcome back. A statement released by the U.S. military today revealed that 18 Syrian rebels were killed in Tuesday's airstrikes. The strike hit Taba in Syria and was intended to hit a so-called ISIS fighting position. This is the third time in a month where American-led airstrikes may have hit allies or civilians. The Pentagon is investigating the other 2 strikes. The most powerful non-nuclear bomb at the military's disposal was used today for the first time in American military history. The weapon has been dubbed, quote, the mother of all bombs, and targeted a province in Afghanistan. The footage on screen shows a test run of the 21,600-pound payload. President Trump gave his reactions shortly after.
We are so proud of our military, and it was another successful event.
Did you authorize it, sir?
Everybody knows exactly what happened, and what I do is I authorize my military. We have the greatest military in the world, and they've done a job as usual.
Trump did not specify he personally authorized the use of the bomb.
The IRS is giving people until Tuesday to file their taxes. The usual April 15 deadline is on Saturday this year, which would usually push the deadline to Monday. But since Monday is Emancipation Day in Washington, D.C., the filing deadline has been extended until Tuesday. All states that normally have an April 15 deadline have also delayed their filing dates. There is only one day left to visit the art exhibition, A Journey to the Edge of Perception by Ball State graduate Dylan Martinez. NewsLink Indiana's Tatia Paradishvili takes us behind the scenes to reflect on how this glass artwork is crafted.
The glass exhibition created by Martinez was inspired by forces of nature. The purpose was to highlight the more curious parts of the natural world that often go unnoticed.
I'm actually red-green colorblind, and so I think having that ability to see the world in a different way has always kind of led to different questions about maybe how I see the world differently from other people. And so I think glass is a great material for both helping us see the world and also helping distort what we see. And so I'm taking those qualities of material to kind of to shift our perspective and maybe provide a novel experience for the viewers.
This exhibition is a prominent reflection of untiring trainings across the United States and in New Zealand. Dylan Martinez's work has been exhibited in several national and international exhibitions. Right now, he is a shortlisted artist for the Authentica Art Prize, which is a competitive exhibition for emerging and established artists from all over the world.
Melanie Hughes, an art student who has recently started working with glass, has visited the exhibition 3 times.
A lot once you know how much goes into the glass, like to get everything so detailed and so rendered like he has it in there, it takes a lot of effort and a lot of practice. And once you get to know the material, you really start to appreciate what he's done.
The Atrium Gallery opens from 9 till 4 p.m. Moreover, the exhibition is free and open to the public. In Muncie, Tatia Paradishvili for NewsLink Indiana.
Well, today's warm weather has been like a work of art.
It has, and coming up, we'll take a look at whether these warm temperatures will continue throughout the weekend.
Can you help me with this? My new dad teaches me all kinds of stuff.
Sure.
He helps me with homework.
That would be 3.6795.
Thanks.
Yep.
He helps me with my decision making.
I wouldn't use this one. Ever.
And he's even teaching me how to drive.
And that's why cars have bumpers.
I'm learning so much.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of kids in foster care will take you just as you are.
They're coming. Places, everybody.
Light check. 1, 2, 1, 2.
Everything looks good on our end.
And lights.
Come alive with the forest. Visit discovertheforest.org to find a forest near you.
Don't wait. Communicate. Make your emergency plan today.
Of all the things you've done with your bike, donating it to Goodwill may be the most incredible of all. Your donations help fund job placement and training for people in your community, which means your stuff can be more powerful than you think. Goodwill. Donate stuff, create jobs.
Welcome back. And Liam, we've had some pretty decent weather here lately.
You know, I think it's about time that we've started having some better weather. David, what can you tell us about it?
Hey, thanks Liam and David. Yeah, we had some rain showers move through the past hour. Those have since moved into Ohio off to the east, but we are seeing very nice conditions. It is currently 63 degrees out there. East wind's about 10 miles per hour, so it is fairly gusty out there, and those because we had those rain showers moving in. But looking at our almanac, we are pretty much well above temperatures for this average temperature for this time of year. 69 was our high today. We hit a low of 50 earlier this morning, so well above these temperatures for average, and these will continue for the next couple of days. Overnight tonight, we will hit a low of 55 degrees with those southeast winds at 5 miles per hour. I will keep in just a slight chance for showers overnight tonight, and we will time that out with precision cast here across Muncie. We are seeing some of those scattered showers overnight tonight, but mainly they will be overcast in the morning and have some rain showers for tomorrow morning. Here's 6 a.m. Friday, and we will be seeing those rain showers. And then we'll be having a lull in weather here for the evening hours on Friday, and then we will be seeing overcast skies. So taking a look at your day planner on Friday, guys, we will be seeing some scattered showers here in the morning, 59 degrees, and then temperatures ramping up pretty well. 70 by our noon hour, we'll be seeing partly cloudy skies, and then storm chances for that 3 p.m. and 6 p.m. hour, and then tapering off as the evening progresses. Looking at Saturday morning, we will be seeing skies start to clear for the Saturday afternoon, but here at 4 p.m. we might see a few scattered thunderstorms Saturday evening, but it will not be an all washout, so it will be a very nice day. Make sure you get out and enjoy the very warm weather that will come on Saturday. Here's Sunday afternoon, that line of showers and possibly some thunderstorms Sunday afternoon. Something to watch for your Easter. And yes, the big holiday coming up on Sunday, Easter, we will be having temperatures reach about 66 degrees here for your noon hour, but we will be seeing mostly rain showers throughout the entire day as that cold front does reach in our area. But guys, taking a look at your 7-day forecast. A lot to talk about, a lot going on here, but the best thing is we are sticking into the upper 60s and lower 70s for the entire 7-day forecast.
All right, well, that sounds like we're going to have kind of a rainy weekend.
Yeah, so for the rainy weekend, yeah, definitely Saturday, slight chance of rain showers during the late afternoon, but Sunday's our biggest day for rain showers, definitely for Sunday. And then some rain showers for Monday and Tuesday as well.
All right, well, thank you very much, David. Find out who will be returning for this year's spring football game next.
And find out which Ball State team will be hoping to hit it out of the park this weekend in your full sports news after the break.
Here's to the things that can keep us safe. Those we use all the time with hardly a thought. Those that are silently standing by to save our lives. And now, those that we carry with us everywhere we go. Many mobile devices will now bring you wireless emergency alerts, real-time information directly from local sources you know and trust. With the unique sound and vibration, you'll be in the know wherever you are.
Cook foods to the right temperature using a food thermometer. 3,000 Americans will die from food poisoning this year. Keep your family safer. Check your steps at foodsafety.gov.
So, I got this new family, and I don't know what it is about this one, but she can't seem to put down that toy all day long. Tap, 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 tap. Oh, and she even talks to it. She talks to that more than she talks to him. What's up, bro? Nice shirt. Who's she talking to? Her mom? She talks to her mom a lot.
You wanted to be a teacher when you were little. But things changed. Teaching didn't seem that cool anymore. So you decided to become something else. But what would your 12-year-old self say? Amazing things are happening in teaching, so it's time to put it back on your list. Don't try to convince yourself otherwise. You had it right the first time.
This is NewsLink Indiana Sports, presented by The Haven.
Welcome back to NewsLink Indiana. I'm Kelsey Anderson with sports. The Ball State softball team will be in action tomorrow at home after a road loss to Northern Illinois yesterday. The Cardinals will play the next 2 weekends at home, and they have high hopes of a good turnout. Catcher Olivia Huffman and the rest of the Cardinals set a goal at the beginning of the season.
We want to run the MAC, so we want to win this regular season title, and then we want to win the tournament.
Back-to-back weekends at home will make these goals seem a little easier to achieve.
These next couple weekends will be big for just really putting MAC teams away, and we just really want to come out on top of the MAC in regular season, and then also just really prepare ourselves as best we can for that tournament.
Pitcher Alyssa Rothwell says they have a rule about playing at home.
Coach Jen tells us that we're not allowed to lose at home.
The Cardinals haven't this season. Practice makes perfect, and the reps they do at practice gives Rothwell confidence as a pitcher.
Pitching-wise, I know that when we get down, like they get runs on us, that I have no doubt that I have my team behind me, and I know that I can depend on them to get us runs back.
Rely on one another. We're trustworthy of one another. We know we're going to have each other's back.
Third baseman Janae Hogg is ready to get the weekend started.
So playing at home is going to be really exciting. Our fans, help us a lot, and just our atmosphere. We know our field. What the fence is like when the ball's coming off. So we're just really excited about that.
Cardinals are currently second in the West Division standings. The Cardinals host Eastern Michigan tomorrow at 3, followed by a doubleheader on Saturday. And good news for the Indiana Pacers as they are preparing for the first round of the postseason after clinching a spot in the 2017 NBA playoffs with a 104-86 win against the Hawks last night. The first 2 games will be in Cleveland, with the first game tipping off at 3 p.m. this Saturday. The Pacers will host games 3 and 4 at Bankers Life Fieldhouse. Tickets will go on sale to the general public tomorrow at 4 p.m. And the Ball State football team will host their annual spring game Saturday at noon. This year's captain will be Art Stinger, who played from 1972 to 1975, and Todd Wright, who played from 1986 to 1990. Stinger was a 3-year starter on the defensive line and had 66 tackles his senior year. Wright was selected to the 1989 All-MAC first team. He was a key part of the 1989 MAC championship. The game will take the same form as the past, with the offense taking on the defense in a 4-quarter game with a running clock. Admission to the game is free. Ball State Athletics will be giving away early editions of the 2017 football poster, and there will also be an autograph session on the field after the game. And it's a busy weekend for Ball State Athletics softball, baseball, both men and women's tennis, men's golf, men's volleyball, and the track team will all be competing this weekend, so it's a good time to catch the Cardinals in action.
I'd have to say it's probably about time that I go out and see our Cardinals play.
Definitely.
All right, well, thank you, Kelsey. Find out what movie has become 2017's highest-grossing film globally.
And when we return, find out what local organization has events for Easter this Sunday.
Hey, did you know 2.4 million loving cats and dogs in shelters and rescues need our help to find a home? Let's go to theshelterpetproject.org and meet a few who are in a shelter near you. Harlow, oh, she's one great listener who loves to hear all your stories. My kind of cat. Cerulo is a sweet, goofy boy who's eager to please. Sounds just like another dog I know. So go to theshelterpetproject.org, search your local shelters and rescues, and go for a cuddle with your next best friend. Adopt.
Sure, I look cute now, but when my owner lost his job, it was rough. I was living on the street, and one night, me and this Cocker Spaniel got into it so bad, I wound up looking like an ice cream cone. I cried a little bit, but thankfully I got rescued, so I'm running, I'm jumping, all back to my old self, and I'm ready to give unconditional love, even if you put a lampshade on my head.
There's one thing you can never have sex without.
It's not something you buy.
Or something you take.
In fact, there's only one way to get it.
It has to be given to you, freely.
It's consent.
Because sex without it isn't sex.
It's rape. consent.
If you don't get it, you don't get it. It's on us to stop sexual assault.
Learn how and take the pledge at itsonus.org.
Get ready for worms and squirms with MTV's reboot of Fear Factor. The network has announced its revival of the Dare game show after being off air for 5 years. MTV announced that the channel is reviving the series with rapper and actor Ludacris, who's taking over original host Joe Rogan's longtime hosting gig. Ludacris will also serve as the executive producer and says the show will be even more insane and ludicrous.
The rebooted Fear Factor will feature similar stunts as the original, taking inspiration from urban legends, popular scary flicks, and viral videos. The new season will premiere May 30th with a cash prize of $50,000 per episode. The White House is expected to have a busy day as the first Easter egg roll under the Trump administration will take place this coming Monday. Thousands of guests from the D.C. area and across the nation will gather on the South Lawn. On Tuesday, at a press briefing, White House Press Secretary Sean Spicer shared how much he is looking forward to this annual event.
With respect to the Easter egg roll, it's a huge topic. I appreciate that. I think we're going to have an excellent time. Oh, come on! You can't ask the question and not get the answer. But we have worked really well. I think we're going to have a very, very enjoyable day on Monday. The tickets have been sent out to all the schools in the area. There'll be a large military contingent that will be participating as well. And I think there's 5 waves over 2-hour periods in which children and their families will be able to come to the White House. We've done extensive community outreach to really bring a lot of the school children and from the area in, and it's going to be a great day.
This year's event will feature the Bunny Hop stage, Reading Nook, military bands, and other fun events. It will be from 7:30 a.m. to 6:45 p.m. and will be live streamed online. Ball State Glass Alliance will be hosting their first ever glass Easter egg hunt this coming Saturday from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. in Minnetra's Oakhurst Home and Gardens. Tickets are $15 and can be purchased at the event. Admission will include Easter egg hunt, a glass egg, candy-filled plastic eggs, and photos with the Easter Bunny. Afterwards, you can check out the glass sales that will take place inside the Oakhurst home by fellow Ball State students. And that's all for entertainment news. Back to you guys over here.
Oh yeah, let's take a look at the last weather, guys. Taking a look at my 7-day forecast. Yeah, for the weekend, we'll be dodging some rain showers a little bit on Saturday, keeping a little chance for rain on Saturday. 79 degrees, a very warm one. Sunday for Easter, yeah, we will be having a lot of rain showers. Make sure to have those umbrellas outside as you are hunting for those Easter eggs. Monday, a very nice day if you are headed out on Monday. It is going to be very nice out. Pretty cool, our coolest day of the 7 days, 67 degrees on Monday. Some PM storms come in Tuesday evening, and then Wednesday and Thursday looking for those storm chances, but back into the lower 70s. So very warm temperatures across the board, guys. So that's something to look forward to within the next coming days.
All right, thank you, David. That's all tonight for NewsLink Indiana. Be sure to watch Monday night at 9 right here on Cardinal Vision or online at ballstatedaily.com.
And be sure to like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter. Have a good night.
You've been watching NewsLink Indiana in high definition.